Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at an absolute banger of a release, Spills and Thrills. Oh my god, I am so excited. This release is fantastic. So this was first put out onto DVD in the United States on March 4th of 2014 by Lionsgate, and I don't believe, it says Universal right here, so I guess it was reprinted again, but yeah, it was first put out by Lionsgate, and that's the one that I have here today. And in fact, as you see, or I don't know if you can tell, but mine has a slipcover. Yay! So this is one of those releases where it's highlighting a new character in the overall theme of the year. This one doesn't really have a theme for the year, but this will be a common trend with later releases. So, for example, Dinos and Discoveries, that features Samson in a bunch of episodes from the end of the season. This one features Porter as well as some other later episodes. I guess you could say the whole theme of this season is accidents, maybe? Possibly? I mean, it's coming off King of the Railway, so I guess you could say castles and knights and stuff, but not really? I don't know, but this kind of started that trend and may have... Oh no, it actually did start in the Miller era with Splish Splash Splosh, Wobbly Wheels and Whistles, but... yeah, this is one of the more notable ones. We don't like to talk about those old releases. So let's stop fooling around here and get right into it. So up there in a gold bar, we have 6 new never-before-seen adventures. I believe we had seen these in the UK, but not in the US, so I guess that is kind of true. See Cranky up there dropping a pallet of fish, Oliver James, with Thomas looking at him like, ha. You got the Thomas logo up there. Spills and Thrills, pretty cool logo. Mine's got some residue. This did come from eBay. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this lot. I might have back when we were looking at the specials, but this is the first episodic DVD that I got in this pretty big lot back in April, May, or June of 2020, right around that time. So it was right in the midst of the pandemic, but I found 5 listings for some Thomas DVD lots. They had 5 releases each, so I got the seller to combine shipping and everything, and he refunded me some money, and I got about 10 or so releases. I call it the slipcover lot because slipcolor. Did I say slipcolor? Slipcover lot. I call it that because every single release in that lot came with a slipcover. So, for example, I got Trouble on the Tracks, The Christmas Engines, Dinos and Discoveries, Whale of a Tale, Thomas's Christmas Carol, Blue Mountain Mystery, The Adventure Begins, Lost Treasure, and The Great Race. That was pretty cool. This was also the time where I didn't have any CGI releases. I only had Dinos and Discoveries before I got this new one, and Ultimate Friendship Adventures, but I was really happy to get these new releases. You can see, though, on the front, on my slipcover, it's kind of, indented. I guess maybe a kid took, a pen or something and drew on it. I don't know, but it's not a big deal. But, yeah, I'm getting back on the release. This poster art is so cool. I absolutely love it. On the side here, the Entertainment logo, the Thomas Friends logo, it's kind of, glowing. Weird. There's all that right there. It's the same on this side as well. And on the back here, Thomas Friends logo, all aboard for Spills and Thrills with Thomas and his friends. You got Thomas, that's kind of the Arc Productions promo Thomas that I think of. When I think of season 19, for example, I think of this, even though it was made back then, or made back in 2013 or whatever. But yeah, this image really does scream Arc Productions to me, so that was out of focus. There's a description. Meet new engine Porter. And the bonus features are the Biff Bash Boss game, Go-Go Thomas karaoke music video, and Guess Who puzzles. This release is already great, but the fact that they put Biff Bash Boss on here makes it even better. Although I do believe this will be the last Thomas and Friends DVD to feature a game. Let me just look. Yep, this is the last Thomas DVD to feature a DVD game. So, sad day, but oh well. I thought that that was a Universal thing, but Trouble on the Tracks, which was also put up by Lionsgate, doesn't have one. So, yeah, Universal doesn't make games for theirs. Lionsgate did, but who cares? The games weren't very good, but I do like that they included them. So, yeah. There's all your stuff down here. Sorry, I moved it up. We'll take off the slipcover. It's not embossed, but who cares? Here's the release itself. We don't have that bar on the top here, and you can see a bit more of Cranky. He's really green. Wow, that's nuts. You see that? Cranky in the show is kind of like a mix between green and gray, but here he's really green, especially on the disc. Oh, man. Yep, pretty standard. Although it is changed to say just meet Porter, not meet new engine. I guess the reason they changed it is to make it so if you lose the slipcover, don't have the slipcover, then you won't know that Porter's a new engine, I guess. I don't know. That was kind of confusing, but I don't know. Slipcover is just like a bonus. So, sorry if you hear a vacuum upstairs. I apologize. We open it up. We actually have a lot to look at here. But yeah, look at the disc. It's so oversaturated. I believe... Oh yeah, Cranky's eyes are changed. That's awesome. So, on the front here, Cranky's looking down. Not really at anything. He's just looking down like this way. But on the disc, he's looking at the logo. That's a really cool thing. Although, look at how green he is. That is ugly. Yeah, pretty cool poster art. And we do have a little booklet. It's in a freaking eco case, so it's not the best, but who cares? So let's take a look here. There was so much merchandise to come out of this. Like, wow. I assume this was kind of treated as its own season. I'm kind of spoiling the end or going too far ahead, but apparently these episodes were supposed to be a part of season 18. I highly doubt that. That's just a rumor at this point, but I don't know. That doesn't really seem like it would make any sense, because that would mean like every last bunch of episodes would be pushed back a season. So Samson would be in season 19, Philip in 20, Hugo in 21. I don't know. That just doesn't really seem like it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Look at all this Taken Place stuff, man. We got this really big set. We got Porter, Kevin's Oil Spill, Smelly Scruff. I don't know why these are on here, because I think these are relating to Railway Mischief. These don't really relate to any episodes either. We got Stanley's Construction Clash, Whiff's Banana Blooper, okay, and then Bash's Tree, I almost said Trouble, Tree Tumble. And then these are actually relating to the episode. So we got Steven's Sticky Delivery, James and the Flying Kipper, and Harvey's Heavy Haul. Cool. A lot of nice wooden railway stuff as well. We got Porter, Duck, Whiff, Celebration Salty, Bill and Ben, and Hero's Sticky Spill. Again, I don't know why Duck, Whiff, and Bill and Ben are on here, because Duck was first introduced in the Thomas Way. Whiff wasn't really a new character, so I don't know why that's on here, but he was first seen, like, in this era, first seen in Railway Mischief, and then Bill and Ben won't appear until, like, in this paint job until Engines to the Rescue, but these other three do make sense. And then this is also relating to the Smelly Kipper. We got James's Fishy Delivery. Oh boy. So this is when Trackmaster 2 was coming out. Unfortunately, the good Trackmaster range was discontinued, or was getting discontinued around this time, and we were getting the crappy Trackmaster 2 redesigns, and they were terrible. Yeah. I hate Trackmaster 2. It's garbage, but we don't have to worry about that because it's technically gone now. We have the stupid All Engines Go toys, which I don't really care about. Whatever. No one likes All Engines. Well, that's a lie. Everybody loves All Engines Go. Shoes available at Target. I don't know what the BBC. I don't know what that is, because the BBC, that's like the. I believe that that's an abbreviation. Excuse me, for the British Broadcasting Corporation. Maybe, I don't know. We have Real Big Train, Real Big Smiles, Day Out with Thomas, The Thrill of the Ride Tour 2014. So this is for Day Out with Thomas. Was Thomas's face still like that in 2014? Wow. Maybe they changed it this year. I don't know, but oh well. Bubbles, shirts. Okay, that's an ugly color for a shirt, though. Wow. And then books. I believe that's all. No, we have one more little thing. We have this thing for the Little Big Club. So that's really all for the physical release itself. I'm just going to put this back in the case, and throw the slipcover back on. Okay, let's slide this in. That's a really nice fit. Like, I just went Black Friday shopping yesterday as I'm recording this, and I got some releases, and they just like slide right out of the slipcovers. I don't remember which one I got exactly. I think it was Spider-Man Far From Home, but the slipcover was so loose. This one, it's nice and tight. Like, I'm not putting any pressure on this at all, and like, I'm pushing it down, but if you just leave it like this, not do anything, it's just nice and snug, and that's what I like. So we're 10 minutes in. That's insane. So I don't really have many notes about these episodes. I didn't want to, since I know I had a lot to talk about before the episodes, I didn't want to really take a whole lot of notes. Plus, I forgot. But yeah, these episodes are all, well, most of them are all great. What have we got on here? We got, let's see. Away from the Sea, The Smelly Kipper, No More Mr. Nice Engine, Gone Fishing, Thomas's Shortcut, and The Afternoon Tea Express. They're all good, but the only one that I'm not a huge fan of is the Afternoon Tea Express. Away from the Sea is also a little but I do like how Salty got some focus. Salty hasn't had an episode to himself since season 7, so it was nice to see that 10 years later he finally gets his own story again. So that was cool. Porter, we'll talk about the new character and the returning character. I don't really have an opinion on Porter. I feel like Andrew Brenner and his team kind of don't really have a good grasp on the season characters. They're really good at doing like the special character. Well, not really good. They're very good at doing the characters introduced to the specials, but for the characters introduced in the seasons, they're not great. Porter doesn't really have a character or like a personality trait. He's just the other engine that works at the docks. But he's likable, I guess. He has a pretty cool basis. I think his whole gimmick is that he's got the 2 sandboxes on top. But even though he's an American engine, it's fine. Porter's an okay character. His model, though, is not the greatest. It looks kind of weird. You can see down there. It's just kind of off. The Smelly Kipper. This felt like a very classic Thomas story, like season 3, season 5 kind of story. And I love that the like really intelligent banter is back. So after Henry's like, if you don't think the mail is important, why don't you go and pull a flying kipper? James is like, okay. And then Thomas is like, we'll see, James, we'll see. I love that snarkiness in Thomas. That's what we need in the series. And I'm glad that Andrew Brenner and his team brought that back. Yeah, pretty great. I like the crash in that episode. It's pretty cool. Or not really the crash, but the accident where Cranky drops all the... Well, it wasn't really Cranky's fault, even though... Why is he lowering the fish so low? I don't know, but it was really funny. And the trucks, oh my god, they're hilarious. I love... After the fish fall on him, the trucks are laughing their asses off, and their eyes go so weird. It's so funny, but I'm so glad the Troublesome Trucks are getting worlds again, because they're phenomenal characters. Yeah, Smelly Kipper, really, really great story. Very, very classic Thomas. No More Mr. Nice Engine is my favorite season 17 episode. I don't know if I said another episode was my favorite from another release, but this might be my favorite. I don't know. I really like Bill or Ben as well, but wow. No More Mr. Nice Engine is a freaking fantastic episode. There is so much character growth in Hero and a lot of, I wouldn't say development, but a lot of time shown or a lot of time spent with Diesel. I love character dynamics, and I think the Hero and Diesel dynamic is really, really, really cool. And Diesel, he's not like evil like he was in season 2 and like 3 or whatever, but he still feels like a good Diesel. It's not like season 19, season 20 where he's just an absolutely terrible character, but he's fine, I guess. I like his voice. His voice is really good. It's not as good as like George Carlin's voice or Ringo Starr's voice, but it's still a pretty decent voice. It sounds like he's from Jersey though, so it's like, Thomas, watch out, Thomas. Oh, what's a line that he says? It's the only way to get these troublesome trucks to do what you want, Edward. So mind your own business. That's really funny to me. Yeah, great story. I love that. I love Hero in that story. He's so cool. Even though I don't like him being on Sodor constantly. It's still really cool that he gets great roles. And yeah, just seeing this really big, powerful engine take this long train is really cool. And we get a great runaway again. The music is also really great in that episode as well. Gone fishing. So this is the return of Harvey. So that was nice to see him back. He's kind of one of those characters that it didn't really feel like he left. It feels like he's always been in the series, but when you really look at it, he hasn't really had many roles since like season 10. I remember him being in like Edward Strikes Out. I think he was also in Saved You from season 12, but after that, nope. But yeah, Harvey was handled pretty well here. I love his voice. It's a very deep Scottish voice. I'm a crane engine, so you can say other, I guess. I like that. Even though Keith Wickham does do a lot of voices and they start to sound very similar. Sorry, that vacuum is so freaking loud. Yeah. Another nice crash as well. I like that we get to see Harvey actually pulling a train. We don't really get to see that a whole lot, but yeah, speaking of Harvey, I want to talk about the renders for Thomas' characters. I mentioned this with Duck last week, but Arc doesn't really do a good job when it comes to rendering the returning characters. For example, Duck is too big. Bill and Ben look pretty good, but their wheels are red. Oliver is way too small. Toad's way too big. Duncan just looks terrible all around. But Harvey? Wow. Harvey looks great. There's a conspiracy that Nitrogen made that render, so I don't know, but it looks really, really good. So there's the face. Harvey, just in general, is a very, very good character in the CGI series. I'm glad that he's getting more focus. Sorry, that is so freaking loud. I apologize, but I can't really control that. Sorry about that cut. I just wanted to cut out all that noise because it was getting really, really annoying, but Thomas a Shortcut. Very, very good story. I do like a good old Thomas and Birdie racing story. Calls back to the Railway series in season 1 very nicely, and I do enjoy their dynamic together. And Thomas felt very in character here, so I appreciate that. Yeah, fine story. Nothing too crazy. And then we have the Afternoon Tea Express. People really don't like this episode, and I'm not the hugest fan, but I still kind of enjoy it. I do love Steven as a character. He's very, very fun, and I wouldn't say energetic, but he has this sort of energy that not a lot of other characters have. But yeah, I think the reason people don't like this is purely from an aesthetic standpoint, and also because the story is kind of weird. Steven has his old funnel on, so during the climax at King of the Railway, Steven's funnel gets knocked off, his old one, the black one. And then at the end of the special, he has this new, nice white funnel with a crown on top. And it looks really, really nice. You can see on his wooden rally model, he does have the white funnel. I don't understand why he has his black funnel in this episode, but oh well. Yeah, it also felt kind of three strikes Formula E, so that wasn't the greatest, but I do like Spencer in the episode, even though I don't like how he's constantly on Sodor. It was really cool to see him interact with Steven. I do love his line as well. He's like, compared to a horse and car, maybe. That was kind of funny. So yeah, not a great episode to end the release on, but the other episodes are friggin' fantastic. This release is... Sorry, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, this release is really, really great. I'm not going to touch on all the bonus features like I have done before, but I will mention that Mr. Perkins sends a postcard of the Blue Encore, and that's really cool to see some footage of the old stuff. And then we also get to hear him read the story Trucks from the Railway series. I mentioned this, I think, in Santa's Little Engine, maybe the Thomas Way as well, but the actor for Mr. Perkins does a really great job at narrating the old stories. I kind of wish he would do some full episodes. I don't know, that'd be kind of cool, but yeah. Really, really, really great release. And before I go, I'll mention there is one more really great thing about this release. This is the first episode in DVD to be done in widescreen. So before I go, I do want to mention one more quick thing that is actually very, very important in Thomas and Friends home media history. This is the first release ever, in the history of ever, to feature episodes in widescreen. You can see on the back here, widescreen. Yeah, you don't know how happy I was to finally watch these episodes in 16:9. For the past 12, 13 years, we've gotten Thomas and Friends episodes cropped into 4:3, and I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me because in the UK, they were getting widescreen releases in 2002. So, why did it take us 12 years after them to finally get stuff in widescreen? I don't know. All the episodes from season 6 onwards were done in widescreen, so it doesn't make any sense why you would crop them. I mean, there might be a reason that I don't know, but I don't know why it took them until 2014 to give us widescreen material. I think the first time, I shouldn't say that. My family's first time getting a 16:9 TV was probably in 2000. I think we've had one ever since I was born. I don't know, but we never really had a 4:3 television. So, and I was born in 2004, so you were way, way too late to the party, Thomas and Friends. But it's glad to see your episodes finally in widescreen. I usually watch these releases on a big TV down here in my basement, and for the past 3 weeks, I've been watching these really, really great episodes and releases, but they've all been horribly cropped into full screen, so it was really cool to finally see these in widescreen. But yeah, this release is really, really great. It's a lot of fun. These are probably the best episodes of Season 17. And this is probably up there with my favorite CGI releases. And then one that we're going to cover next week is my all-time favorite because all the episodes are, pretty much all of them are absolute bangers. But this one comes in at a very, very close second. So, that's really all we have for the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. I apologize if the upload schedule has gotten a bit weird. I had Thanksgiving this week and I had a bunch of other stuff to take care of, and I just didn't really have a lot of time to record, but oh well, at least I'm giving you content. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week with the magnum opus. Well, it's not really the magnum opus, but it's a really, really great release. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye!